Today we are going to start actual AWS DevOps sessions. The first tool what we are going to discuss is Git. The very first tool what we are going to discuss is about Git. This Git is a tool. Git is a tool. Okay. Right. We will understand Git in today's session and we will do few practicals on this Git also. Right. First of all, in order to understand the Git, we must understand the concept of version controlling. We must understand the concept of version controlling. What is version controlling? So, Git, if someone asks you what is Git means, your answer should be Git is a distributed version controlling system. Your answer should be Git is a distributed version controlling system. What is distributed version controlling means we will understand now, but you need to answer this statement. Git is a distributed version controlling system. There are different types of version control tools available, not only Git. There are different types of tools also. Okay, not only Git. Right. So what is version controlling? Version controlling is a system that tracks changes to files over time, allows you to manage different versions of your work. It helps in saving progress or rolling back to previous versions. Sir, what does this statement mean? Now see here. Now there are two users. Example, one user name is Alice and another username is Bob. Okay, just I am taking two users here. Alice and Bob both are working on the same project. So to develop a project, for suppose the example, they are working on some web application that it's related to some web application development. Okay, so they need to develop some web application. So they started writing code. So to write the code, they will create some files, right? It might be .py files, it might be .html files, it might be .css files, it might be .js files, right? Like this, different types of files they will generate. Now, this Alice and Bob need to collaborate with each other. It means they are working on the same project or not? They are working on the same project means collaboration is required. It means nothing but the teamwork. So, whatever the files or as the code, it was written by Alice. This Bob should again want to make some changes in the same file. It means this Bob will add some extra code to the current file. So, this is the initial file which was created by Alice. This is the initial file. And Bob made some changes to this initial file. Okay, so this is the final file. Okay, so this is the modified file, or else I will say it as modified. Initial file is there, modified file. Right. So version controlling is a system that tracks changes to files over time, allowing you to manage different versions of your work. So Alice ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో అతను ఒక ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేశాడు కదా. సో ఆ ఫైల్ని తను ఒక ఏమంటారు సేవ్ చేస్తాడు అనమాట. సేవ్ మీన్స్ వీ కెన్ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ సేవ్ పాయింట్. ఓకే, సేవ్ పాయింట్ మీన్స్ లెట్ మీ టేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ స్నాప్షాట్. ఓకే, బెటర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. Let me take it as snapshot. Snapshot means what? Backup. Ante, see, you are developing on an application, you have written some 1000 lines of code. So, you need to save your work or not. Next time again, you will start writing from the code from scratch, or from the 1000th line you will start writing. Already you have written 1000 lines of code, right? 1000 lines of code you have already written. Now, after writing the 1000 lines of code, you are taking backup of this file. Snapshot is nothing but the backup. Okay, backup of file is already available. Next time again when you log into the system, this 1000 lines will be available, or again they will you will start working from the scratch. So from here only you will work on the project, right? So this is snapshot 1. Okay, this Alice, whatever the file created, this file was taken backup and it is named as snapshot 1. Now Bob also modified the same file, right? Bob modified the same file, and again he is also taking one snapshot here. This is snapshot 2, and again one more backup was taken here. So this is nothing but what we call it as allowing him to manage different version. This is one version. This snapshot is one version. This snapshot is another version. So this version Alice will name it as 1.1.0. This version Bob will name it as 1.1.2. So both the versions are available with me. Okay. Now as a team, for your team manager, whatever the changes that were done by the Bob, okay, team manager said that he did not like the changes that was done by Bob, means again the previous version, if we want to roll back, then you can go back to the previous version. The previous version is nothing but the snapshot 1. It means that nothing but the 1.1.0. That is nothing but the previous version of the file. This is nothing but the one more backup. This is one more version, right? So we can roll back to the previous version also. We can roll back to the previous versions also if we require. Okay, anyways, we do practically these all things just for your understanding purpose. I am just telling you. So version controlling is a system that tracks changes to files over the time. So allows you to manage different versions of your work. It helps in saving progress and rolling back to the previous versions if needed. Just as an example I have given you. If you want, you can roll back to the previous version of the code or else, right? So if you want, you can roll back to the previous versions like this. Many snapshots will be there, not one or two. Okay, there will be many snapshots that will be created by the developers. Actually, in the real time, the developers count will be on a single project. It might be around 15 to 20 members will be there. Okay, more also, it might be more also, not less than this figure. Okay, 15, 10, like that. More members will be there working on different projects. Okay, so all the developers will develop their own code in the local systems, and after writing their own code, again these 10 to 15 developers should work with each other, means there should be one central point. There should be one central point. So they can send their code here, right? And after sending here, all the developers code is available in the central repository. Now when the second developer want to pull the code, means he can pull from this central only. Okay, so like that push and pull operations will happen. Anyways, we will discuss in detail this about this one. Right, now see here. So clear about this statement. What is version controlling? Now you all understand what is version controlling. It is a system. It is a system that tracks changes to files over the time. So allowing you to manage different versions of your work. So we will create different versions related to our work. It helps in saving the progress, rolling back to previous versions if needed. So Git is the example of version controlling. So it comes under distributed version control. What are the advantages of version controlling? If you make changes to file, the system saves a new version without erasing the old one. Now this Bob done changes in the previous file. Did the previous file got deleted or not? Did the old file deleted?
Available, sir.
Available. That's what it is there here, right? See here. If you make changes to a file, the system saves a new version without erasing the old one. Old file is also will be there. Older versions also available. They are not getting deleted. That's what. So you can compare versions to see what was added, what was changed, or what was removed. You can switch between versions, one version to another version, or restore an older one also if needed. Clear about these advantages of version controlling, all of you? All of you must respond, because you all are understanding the Git or not, I don't know, means it is difficult for me to manage, right? So just ఎక్కడైనా అర్థం కాకపోతే నాకు అడిగితే నేను చెప్తాను, రైట్? క్లియర్? భాస్కర్, డీన్, క్లియర్ both of you? Yes. Okay, right. See, this is my own notes. Okay, so I have prepared this notes. So what is Git means? Git is a distributed version controlling system that helps you track changes to your file. You can manage multiple versions of your project. Sir, when you are working on a project, what you will do? The very first step, what you will do, sir? You will create one folder and assume that the folder name is project. Inside this project folder, all your files will be there or not related to that project? Different types of files will be available or not? File.py, file.html, .html files will be there, .css files will be there, .js files will be there. Different types of files will be there or not? If Java developer, .java files will be there, .class files will be there. Next, all these files will be available or not? In the same folder or not? All these files are available in the same folder. All these files are available in the same folder. So, see, manage multiple versions of your project and you can collaborate with others. How can you collaborate with others? Understand it carefully. Now, there are 5 developers. Dev 1, Dev 2, Dev 3, 4 or 5. Let's assume that there are 4 developers. I am naming the first developer as Dev 1. I am naming the second developer as Dev 2. I am naming this as Dev 3. I am naming it as Dev 4. How many developers are there, sir, in total? How many developers are there? 4 developers. So they started writing code and all of them are working on the same application. All of them are working on the same application, same web application. Their project is related to web application. All of them started writing. So now tell me one thing. Developer 1, where he will write the code? In his local machine or not? Yes. Right? Next. What about the Dev 2, sir? Dev 2 person also, he will also write the code in the local machine or not? And save the project in the local machine or not? Next, Dev 3, sir. Local machine. Dev 4, local machine. Local machine. Local machine is nothing but your computer, sir. Local machine is nothing but your computer. Okay. So, all the developers are working on their own laptops or computers. Okay. So, they will all have their own folder. They will all have their folder or not? They will all have their folder. One folder here, one folder here, one folder here. Inside this folder, everyone have their own code. Inside this folder, everyone is having their own code. Here also code is there, here also code is there, here also. Sir, now tell me one thing. We learned something called collaboration here. We have seen something called collaborate. What do you mean by collaborate, sir? What do you mean by collaborate? Mutual consent. Yes. So these all developers must work together and they need to share their code or not? If the developer 2 done some mistake, that mistake should be rectified by the developer 1. Okay. Developer 3 want to pull the code which was available in the developer one, so he need to bring that code into his local machine or not, dev3 local machine or not. So dev4 wants to bring the dev2 developer code, means he need to pull the code or not. So how this is happening? See, now assume that the developer one is in Hyderabad region. Okay, they all are at different regions, sir. Hyderabad region, dev2 is at different region. So dev2 is some Delhi. Dev3 is at some another region, Mumbai. They are not nearby. Okay, okay, Mumbai. And dev4 is in another region. So Singapore, like that. Different regions are different things, different places. They are all the developers are. But how can they collaborate with each other? Now that is my question. I am asking you, there are multiple developers are working on the same project, means how can they collaborate? How can they share their work? What about Dean? Dean, and what about this భాస్కర్ నువ్వేమనుకున్నావు? ఎలా కొలాబరేట్ అవుతారు వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా, ఈ డెవలపర్స్ అందరూ ఎలా కొలాబరేట్ అవుతారు? ఓకే, రైట్. సీ హియర్. చెప్పు భాస్కర్. సార్ దేర్ షుడ్ బి హలో, same network. Okay, right, sir. There should be some common point to share their work. There should be some common point. These all developers can send their code here, so that all the developers can send their code to here. They can upload the code here. What is that common point? Means it is nothing but the central repository, sir. The common point name is central repository. Remember, central repository. It means it's nothing but the GitHub, sir. It means it's nothing but the GitHub. All the developers code will be available here. All the developers will do push and pull operations by using this GitHub only. All the developers written code will be sent to GitHub, and thus if the developer one, if he write the code, he will send to GitHub. If the developer 2 want to, first the developer 1 pushed the code and the developer 2 pull the code. Okay, what he is doing? He is pushing the code. What the dev2 is doing? He is pulling the code. Again dev3, what he is doing? Again he is pushing the code. Again dev4, what he is doing? He is pulling the code. Now the collaboration is happening or not, sir? Now the collaboration, now all the files are there in this central repository or not? Dev1 file is there now. Dev2 file is there now. Dev3 file is there now. Dev4, all the developer files are available in the one common server, that is nothing but the GitHub. That is nothing but the central repository. This is nothing but the collaboration, teamwork, nothing but the teamwork. Clear about this, all of you? Right. Now read again, sir, this one. It is a distributed version controlling system that helps you track changes to your files. You can manage multiple versions of your project and collaborate with others also. Just now we have seen how to collaborate. It allows developers to work offline also by storing the full project history locally, and supports features like branching, merging, rollback to previous versions. It is fast, reliable, widely used in software development. So don't worry about the futures. Anyways, futures we will implement these all things. Just here, just like definitions are. This notes is just like introduction to Git. Okay, don't go in depth. Just try to understand. It allows developers to work offline. Anyways, we will discuss this point right now only. Okay, and the futures which is going to supported by the Git, we will understand by the practical part. So no need to worry about that. But the final statement, see here, Git is fast, reliable, and widely used in software development. So clear, sir, about this one? Any doubts in this? At any point, any doubts in order to understand what is Git? So leave about these points. These points I will explain you. This point I will explain you, and the futures I will see practically. Just last point is nothing is there here. These 2 points already we have discussed. Sir. Parent. బ్రాంచింగ్ కాన్సెప్టా మీరు చెప్తుంది? గిట్లో ఉంది సార్, బ్రాంచింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంది. అందుకే నేను ఇది మీకు ప్రాక్టికల్గా చెప్తాను అని చెప్పాను. ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ అందుకే పట్టించుకోద్దన్నాను. ఈ ఫ్యూచర్స్ మనం ప్రాక్టికల్గా మనం ఎలాగో మనం చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. అందుకే జస్ట్ ఫ్యూచర్స్ ఉన్నాయని చెప్పి అర్థం చేసుకోండి, ఇన్ డీటెయిల్గా వెళ్ళొద్దు అని చెప్తాను. అందుకే ఓకేనా? సో ఇది అర్థమైంది. ఇది నేను ఎలాగో ఇప్పుడు డిస్కస్ చేస్తాను ఇది ఏంటి అనేది స్టేట్మెంట్. సో లెట్ మీ నోట్ ది పాయింట్ దిస్ వన్ హియర్. ఐఎమ్ నోటింగ్ దిస్ పాయింట్ ఆల్సో. ఇప్పుడు ఎలాగో దీని గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకో. ఆఫ్లైన్లో కూడా వర్క్ చేయడం ఏంటి అనేది మన డౌట్. సో ఇది దీని గురించి మనం ఇప్పుడు డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం ఎలాగో. నెక్స్ట్ కీ. ఓకే సార్, రిమైనింగ్ అంతా అందరికీ కూడా అర్థమైందా? మిగతా పాయింట్స్ ఈ గిట్ అనేది అర్థమైందా? ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా? రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి గైస్. ఓకే, డౌట్ ఉంటే అడగండి, చెప్తాను. ఎక్కడైనా మీరు కామ్గా ఉంటే నాకు అర్థమవుతుందా లేదని నాకు అర్థం కాదు. రైట్, ఎనీవేస్ ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి? కీ పాయింట్స్ టు హైలైట్. మీరు ఇంటర్వ్యూలో కీ పాయింట్స్ ఏం చెప్పాలి? ఓకే, డివిసిఎస్ గిట్ గురించి ఎవరైనా అడిగితే డివిసిఎస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ డివిసిఎస్ టూల్. ఇట్ మీన్స్ ద డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ వర్షన్ కంట్రోలింగ్ సిస్టమ్. ఎవ్రీ డెవలపర్ హ్యాస్ ఏ ఫుల్ కాపీ ఆఫ్ ది ప్రాజెక్ట్. ఫ్యూచర్స్ అనేవి మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. పాపులర్ యూజ్డ్ విత్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్ లైక్ గిట్హబ్, గిట్లాబ్, బిట్బకెట్ ఫర్ రిమోట్ రిపోజిటరీ. గిట్హబ్ అనేది ఒకటే కాదు, రిమోట్ రిపోజిటరీ. ఇవి కూడా రిమోట్ రిపోజిటరీసే, లైక్ సేమ్ యాజ్ గిట్హబ్. గిట్లాబ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో దేర్, దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో వన్ రిమోట్ రిపోజిటరీ. బిట్బకెట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో దేర్, this is also one central repository. Central repository is nothing but the remote repository. Just 1 minute, sir. భాస్కర్ సినిమాకి వెళ్ళావంట, ఎలా ఉంది సినిమా? చెప్పాడు దీని సినిమాకి వెళ్ళాడు సార్ భాస్కర్ అని. సినిమాకి వెళ్ళావా ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళావా? సెలెక్ట్ అయిపోయావు మరి. అబద్ధాలు చెప్తాను, సెంటర్ సెలెక్ట్ అయిపోయామంట దీని చెప్పాడు నాకు. ఓకే, రైట్ సార్. నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు 3 types of version controlling. Okay, there are 3 types of version controlling. First one is local version controlling system. First one is what? Local version controlling system. Sir, Bhaskar, mic turn off cheyi. First one is what? Local version controlling system. Second one is what? Centralized version controlling system. Third one is what? Distributed version controlling system. Sir, in the local, what is local version controlling means? You cannot collaborate with the team. There is no collaboration here. You can only work your project locally. It means in your computer only. It means in your computer itself you can work. Okay. This is nothing but what? Local version controlling system. In your own computer itself you can work. And you cannot collaborate with others. You cannot collaborate with others means really we cannot collaborate, sir, here. Previously, then how the collaboration was done? Now there are no tools. Right now there are tools, but in the older days are there any tools to collaborate? Are there any tools to collaborate in the older days? Now it's ఈ మీటింగ్ అనే సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంది సార్ అది? ఇంకా బ్యాక్కి వెళ్ళిపోండి సార్, ఇంకా ఒక 20 years 25 years బ్యాక్కి వెళ్ళిపోండి. 25 years లోకల్ వర్షన్ కంట్రోలింగ్ సిస్టమ్ మీద వర్షన్ ఇదొక వర్షన్ కంట్రోలింగ్ ఉంది అంటే అప్పుడు కొలాబరేషన్ జరగాలి అంటే ఏ విధంగా కొలాబరేట్ అవుతారు టీమ్ తోటే? 25 years బ్యాక్కి వెళ్తే. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ, అది ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ దట్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ మై పాయింట్ హియర్. సో ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ మనకి గిట్ అనే టూల్స్ లేవు, సెంట్రలైజ్డ్ వర్షన్ కంట్రోలింగ్ లేదు, అలాంటి టూల్స్ ఏమి లేవండి ఇక్కడ ఆ టైంలో. సో ఒక డెవలపర్ ఇంకో డెవలపర్తో కొలాబరేట్ అవ్వాలంటే ఇప్పుడు అందరు డెవలపర్కి సంబంధించిన కోడ్ వాళ్ళ ఓన్ మిషన్స్లో ఉన్నాయి ఇప్పుడు. ఓకేనా? సో ఇక్కడ కూడా ఎవరికి ఏ డెవలపర్కి సంబంధించిన కోడ్ ఆ డెవలపర్ లోకల్ కంప్యూటర్లోనే ఉంది. సో వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఒకరికొకరు కొలాబరేట్ అవ్వాలంటే ఈ ఫస్ట్ మిషన్లో ఉన్న కోడ్ని ఈ సెకండ్ మిషన్లోకి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయాలంటే ఏ విధంగా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తారండి? మేబీ పెన్ డ్రైవ్, మేబీ హార్డ్ డిస్క్, లేదు అంటే మీకు ఇందాకలా మన సార్ చెప్పినట్టు ఫ్లాపీ డిస్క్. అలాగా ఎక్స్టర్నల్ డివైజెస్ మీద బేస్ అయి ఉంది ఇక్కడ అంతా కూడా. ఎక్స్టర్నల్ డివైజెస్ కావాల్సి వస్తుందో రాదా మనకి? సో ఇలాగ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ డివైజెస్ మీద బేస్ అయ్యి మనం ఒక దగ్గర నుంచి ఇంకో దగ్గరికి ఇంకో మిషన్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి మాన్యువల్గా అక్కడ మళ్ళీ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చి మళ్ళీ అక్కడ చెక్ చేయాలి. అదేనా ప్రాసెస్? ఇంకేమైనా ఉందా? దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ దిస్ లోకల్ వర్షన్ కంట్రోలింగ్. దట్స్ ద రీజన్ it is applicable up to local system only. There will be no collaboration here. One person can work at a time only. So second developer obviously వెయిట్ చేయాలి కదా. ఈ ఫస్ట్ డెవలపర్ ఏం రాస్తున్నాడో కోడ్ వీడి తెలియదు కదా. ఫస్ట్ డెవలపర్ కోడ్ని బేస్ చేసుకునే కదా సెకండ్ డెవలపర్ కోడ్ రాయాలి. థర్డ్ డెవలపర్ కోడ్ ఎలా రాస్తాడు? మళ్ళీ సెకండ్ డెవలపర్ బేస్ చేసుకునే థర్డ్ డెవలపర్ కోడ్ రాయాలి. సో ఒకరికొకరు ఇక్కడ ఏంటి డిపెండెంట్ అయిపోతున్నారు. సో ఒకరికొకరు డిపెండెంట్ అవుతున్నారు. ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనేది కూడా డెలివరీ లేట్ అవుతుందా లేదా? So obviously project delivery also becomes, so that is nothing but the local version. Anyways, it is deprecated. For explaining purpose I am discussing. Next, coming to the centralized version controlling. Sir, clear about local version controlling system? Everyone understand about this? Any doubts in this? Clarify. మళ్ళీ మాట్లాడరు. దీన్ భాస్కర్, ఓకే. జస్ట్ నేనే మాట్లాడుతాను, మీరు అర్థమైందో లేదో చెప్పండి చాలు అంతే. నాకు అర్థం అవ్వకపోతే ఎక్కడైనా పాయింట్ అర్థం కాలేదనుకో నేను చెప్తాను, మళ్ళీ మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే. సో ఇప్పుడు దాకా చెప్పినవన్నీ అర్థం అవుతున్నాయి కదా? మొహమాట మీద పడుతున్నారా? అడగాల డౌట్ లేదా అనేది? 1 second. Okay, so next coming to the centralized version controlling, sir. Centralized version control. What is centralized version control? Collaboration is possible here. Collaborate avvachu ఒకరికొకరు, and developers can perform push and pull operations also. Then what is the disadvantage? Here? The limitations. What now? Read about the limitations. You cannot manage your code locally. Every developer needs to connect to the central repository. It follows a single server mechanism. Drawback. This is the drawback of this CVCS. It means I will explain you. Now see here. What is the drawback? Biggest drawback is if the developers need to collaborate with each other, and they want to what we can say, like if the developers want to do any rollback operations, or any rollback operations, is there any rollback option here? See, rollback operations, branching concepts, merging operations, or else different types of versions. If they want to maintain, means they cannot maintain that in the local machine. They cannot do that in the local machine. మరి ఎక్కడ చేయగలరు వీళ్ళు? సెంట్రల్ సర్వర్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అక్కడికి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి అప్పుడు మాత్రమే ఈ వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా కొలాబరేట్ అయ్యి ఈ చేంజెస్ అన్ని కూడా చేయగలరు. ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ టేక్ దిస్. ఆల్గో డెవలపర్స్ ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి ఈ డెవలపర్స్ అందరూ కూడా ఏం చేస్తారు? ఒక సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీకి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి. వీరందరూ కూడా కొలాబరేట్ అయ్యి పనిచేయాలంటే సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీకి. ఓకే, సో దే ఆల్ నీడ్ టు కనెక్ట్ టు ది సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ, అండ్ okay, so they can maintain different types of versions here. They can perform rollback operations. Okay, so like this merging activities they can do. So these all things they can do here. ఓన్లీ ఎప్పుడైతే వీళ్ళు లోకల్ మిషన్లో వీళ్ళైతే ఏం పనులు చేయలేరు. ఈ పనులేవి కూడా లోకల్ మిషన్లో చేయలేరు. ఓన్లీ సెంట్రల్ రిపో కనెక్ట్ అయితే అప్పుడు మాత్రం వీళ్ళకి ఈ ఆప్షన్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. ఇది ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది ఈ ఆప్షన్? దేంట్లో? ఈవీసీఎస్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ది బిగ్గెస్ట్ డిసడ్వాంటేజ్? మీన్స్ మన లోకల్ మిషన్లో వీళ్ళు కోడ్ని మేనేజ్ చేసుకోలేరు. దే కెనాట్ మేనేజ్ దేర్ కోడ్ ఇన్ ది లోకల్ మిషన్. దట్ పాయింట్ యూ నీడ్ టు రిమెంబర్. ఓకే, ఇన్ CVCS the biggest drawback is developers. Okay, developers cannot manage their source code. In shortcut I am writing SC in the local machine. That is the biggest drawback. Okay, that is the biggest drawback. They can connect to central repository and to perform, or else to perform any task. Okay, to perform any, this is the unit. Okay, this is the point you need to. Okay, so that is the, did you all understand about the CVCS? Only what is the biggest drawback? Means always the developers want to collaborate, means always they need to connect to the central server. It means that ఇక్కడ మీకు గిట్కి ఎలాగైతే సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ ఉంటుందో అదే విధంగా ఇక్కడ కూడా సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ ఉంటుంది. ఓన్లీ ఎప్పుడైతే అందరు డెవలపర్స్ ఈ సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ కనెక్ట్ అవుతారో అప్పుడు మాత్రమే వీళ్ళు పుష్ అండ్ పుల్ ఆపరేషన్స్ చేయడం కానీ, వర్షనింగ్ చేయడం కానీ, ఫైల్స్ని మేనేజ్ చేయడం కానీ, ఇవన్నీ కూడా అక్కడ మాత్రమే చేయగలరు. వాళ్ళు లోకల్ మిషన్లో ఏమీ చేయరు, కొలాబరేట్ అవ్వలేరు. సో ఎవరికి సంబంధించిన వాటి వర్షన్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయలేరు. క్లియర్ అబౌట్ దిస్ వన్, CVCS? Right, next moving forward. Next is distributed version control. Next is what? Next, very important. These both are deprecated now. No one, majority of the people are not using these two, local version controlling, CVCS. These both are deprecated. Okay. So okay. Next, the main commonly used is CVCS. What it is? Every developer has a complete copy of the project. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఒకటే గుర్తుంచుకోవాలండి, CVCS అనేది మీరు లోకల్ మిషన్లో మీ కోడ్ని మేనేజ్ చేయొచ్చు, యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీలో కూడా మీరు మేనేజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే. సో ఈ పాయింట్ మీకు ఐడియా ఉంటే మీకు ఇంకా అర్థమైపోయినట్టు CVCS. So every developer has a complete copy of the project, including the full history on their local system. How it works? Changes are first saved locally and later can be shared. అంటే ఏంటి? పుష్ ఎక్కడ పుష్ చేయాలి? సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీకి ఆర్ డైరెక్ట్లీ విత్ అదర్ టీమ్ మెంబర్. అడ్వాంటేజెస్, వర్క్ ఆఫ్లైన్. ఇది చూడండి, ఇక్కడ మెయిన్ మీకు CVCSలో ఇంకో మేజర్ డ్రాబ్యాక్ కూడా ఉంది. ఒకవేళ ఈ సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ కనుక క్రాష్ అయిపోతే అప్పుడు పరిస్థితి ఏంటండి? ఇప్పుడు డెవలపర్స్కి సంబంధించిన ఫైల్స్ అన్ని ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాయా లేదా? అప్పుడు మీకు ఇది మేజర్ బ్యాక్ డ్రా అన్నమాట. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ లేకపోతే మరి డెవలపర్స్ అందరూ కూడా మేనేజ్ చేసుకోలేరు కోడ్ని. ఓకే. సో అది మేజర్ డ్రాబ్యాక్ కూడా ఈ CVCS. అది మీకు డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ వర్షన్ కంట్రోలింగ్లో ఆ ప్రాబ్లం మీకు సార్ట్ అవుట్ అయిపోయింది. ఈవెన్ ఇక్కడ మీకు సర్వర్ పోయినా, ఈ సెంట్రల్ సర్వర్ అనేది పోయినా సరే మీ లోకల్ మిషన్లో వర్షనింగ్ అనేది మీరు చేసుకోవచ్చు. అది ఎలా చేసుకోవచ్చు అంటే విత్ ది హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ టూల్ కాల్డ్ గిట్. గిట్ ఈజ్ ఎ టూల్. ఓకే. అండ్ GitHub ఈజ్ ఏ సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ. ఈ టర్మ్స్ జాగ్రత్త గుర్తుంచుకోండి. గిట్ అనేది ఏంటి? టూల్. GitHub అనేది ఒక సెంట్రల్ రిపాజిటరీ, అంటే రిమోట్ రిపాజిటరీ అని కూడా అంటారు దీన్నే. అండ్ ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే గిట్ బ్యాష్ అని చెప్పి ఉంటుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ గిట్ బ్యాష్? గిట్ బ్యాష్ అనేది ఇదొక టర్మినల్. ఈ గిట్తో మనం కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వాలంటే ఈ టర్మినల్ యూస్ చేసుకొని మనం కమ్యూనికేట్ అవుతాం. ఈ గిట్ టూల్తో మనం కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఈ టర్మినల్ యూస్ చేసుకొని మనం గిట్తో మాట్లాడతాం. ఈ టర్మినల్ త్రూ మనం కమాండ్స్ అనేవి పాస్ సమ్ టు కమ్యూనికేట్ విత్ ది గిట్. క్లియర్? all able to understand. See here, advantages. If you see the advantages, work offline at all. Even the server is not available, even the current is gone, even the internet is not available, the Git is available in your local system itself. The tool is available in your local system. Which tool it is? Git. So you can manage your code by using the Git software and save changes without internet or connection to central repository. It means nothing but the remote repository. The central server is nothing but the remote repository. No single point of failure. Even if the central server crashes, the project is safe because every developer has their own complete copy. Easy collaboration will be there. Developers can branch, merge and share work easily without affecting the input. Examples for this DVCS are: one is Git, Mercurial and Buzzer. These are some of the tools name. Clear about DVCS, all of you? And CVCS, DVCS, and local version controlling systems. So three types of version controlling systems are there. There are three types. One is local, centralized. Right. Let's move forward. Sir, let's go with the practical part now. Now let's go to the practical part. So first of all, steps to configure a Git. Steps to configure a Git. So first of all, we need to install the Git. First step, what we need to do? Already, I think you all installed Git software into your local machine. I think first step one, install the Git software into your local machine. Into your local, okay, into your local machine. So how to install Git software into your local machine? So just you need to go to Google and just type here Git. So press enter. See, this is the official website of Git. So just go here, and if you scroll down, see here there is an option for different types of operating systems. So you can just click on this download for Windows, or else you can go to this downloads page. Here also different operating systems will be available. From here also, based on your operating system, you can download the version. అందరూ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తారండి గిట్, లేదంటే ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ చెప్పాలా? చేయండి. అదే సేమ్. ప్రసాద్ భోజనం చేస్తావా? ఏం కూర? చికెన్ చేసుకున్నా మీ ఇంటికి వచ్చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను. అబ్బా, చూసావా ప్రసాద్, నువ్వు మళ్ళీ ఏమన్నావు? మళ్ళీ కాసేపు అయిన తర్వాత క్లాస్కి అటెండ్ జాయిన్ అవుతాను సార్ అన్నావు. ఇప్పుడు చూడు టైం ఎంత అయింది, 11 అయింది. మళ్ళీ నా క్లాస్లో ఎలాగ ఉన్నాయి, గ్యాప్ లేదు అసలు. మరి అందుకే కదా ఎంత కష్టపడుతుంది. అలాగే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ లేదు, రికార్డింగ్ అవైలబుల్గా ఉండవు. రికార్డింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఏదైనా ఒకటి లైవ్ సెషన్స్ అటెండ్ అవ్వడం వేరండి. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అవి క్లారిఫై అవుతాయి. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే రికార్డింగ్ చూడడం అనేది, మీకు అక్కడ ఎవరు డౌట్స్ ఏమైనా మధ్యలో వస్తే మీకు చెప్పేవాళ్ళు ఉంటారు కదా. ఇక్కడ ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే కాన్సెప్ట్స్ 3 monthsకి 4 monthsకి ఏదైనా న్యూ ఫీచర్స్ అనేవి ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. అప్పుడు ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ వచ్చాయంటే మళ్ళీ అప్పుడు ఎవరు చెప్తారు? ఏదైనా లైవ్ సెషన్ జరుగుతున్నప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్గా లైవ్కి అటెండ్ అయిపోతే మనకేమైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే డైరెక్ట్గా క్వశ్చన్ చేయొచ్చు. దట్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో వన్స్ మీరందరూ కూడా ఇన్‌స్టాలేషన్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయిందని చెప్తే నేను నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాసెస్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. రైట్ సార్. సో వన్స్ గిట్ ఇన్‌స్టాలేషన్ కంప్లీటెడ్ మీన్స్ ఆన్ విండోస్ సెర్చ్ ఫర్ గిట్ బాష్. సో జస్ట్ గో టు ది స్టార్ట్ మెనూ and just type here. This git bash is what, sir? Can anyone tell me what is git bash? Just now I told. What is git bash? Or what is git bash? By seeing this diagram, can anyone tell what is git? స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుంది కదా నాది? వాట్ ఈస్ గిట్ బాష్ దెన్? Git is a tool, git bash is a remote repository, right? Yes. Sir, now in my local computer, now I am creating one folder, sir. In my local computer, I am creating one folder and I am naming this folder as project. I am giving the folder name as project. Now inside this project folder, I will create some file. Now assume that I am a developer. I have created one folder. The folder name is project. As a developer, will I create some files or not, sir? Will create some files. So the location is this. My location where I have created that folder, that location also I am mentioning here. So in the G drive, there is a folder called AWS with DevOps. Inside this folder, there is one more folder, day 3, and inside this folder, there is one more folder called project. Sir, now this is normal folder or not? This project is normal folder or not? This is normal folder. This normal folder, I want to convert into developers working directory. Now I want to convert this. Now I want to convert this folder into dev working directory. So in order to do that, so what I will do, first of all, I will go to that location where I have created the folder. I will just right click here. Now you will see a option called Git bash here. Just click on it. The Git bash terminal will open. On top you can see the location also, the where we have opened the terminal. Now the first thing what you need to do is, you need to, as a developer, you need to give your username and you need to set your email ID. You need to set your username and you need to set your mail ID. So first, what is the command to give the username? This is the command. This is the command, sir. I am giving my name. You can give your name only. So just I am giving here my name as Banu Prakash. Okay, my username. First, we need to set up our username. Username I have given. Next, we need to give our mail ID. How to give the mail ID? Git space config -- global user dot email followed by your mail ID. This is the command which you need to pass. So just I am giving here my mail ID. Banu@. You can give any mails are not your original mail. Just for practice purpose, you can give any mail and any username. But in the production, in the real time, you need to give your actual mail and actual username. Okay. Just for demo purpose, I am giving this mail. Right. After that, press enter, sir. Email and username configuration done. Okay. The very first step we need to do this job. Okay. So first of all, we need to I have created one folder in my Windows machine. Inside that folder, I have opened the Git bash terminal. Inside that folder, I have opened Git bash terminal. And once the terminal was opened, I have given the username. I have set my username and this set my. So clear, sir, up to here. As is ఇది కమాండ్ సార్, ఇది ఓకేనా? ఇది కమాండ్. ఇది నీ నోట్స్ మీకు క్లాస్ అయిపోయిన వెంటనే పంపిస్తాను. నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశానో మీరు అదే వీడియో రికార్డింగ్ కూడా అవైలబుల్గా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి వాట్ ఎవర్ నేను ఏదైతే చేశానో అదే సేమ్ స్టెప్స్ మీరు అక్కడ పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తారు. సో జస్ట్ మనం ఏం చేసాం సార్, మనం ఒక లొకేషన్లోకి వెళ్ళాం. ఏ లొకేషన్ అయినా పర్లేదు, మీరు ఏ లొకేషన్కైనా వెళ్ళొచ్చు. అక్కడ ఒక ఫోల్డర్ క్రియేట్ చేయండి. ఆ ఫోల్డర్కి ఒక నేమ్ ఇవ్వండి. నేను ఇక్కడ ఫోల్డర్ నేమ్ ఏం తీసుకున్నాను, ప్రాజెక్ట్ అని తీసుకున్నాను. మీరు ఇదే తీసుకోవాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదు, మీరు ఏదైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు నేమ్ అనేది. ఒక మీనింగ్ఫుల్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వండి. తర్వాత మనం అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలండి, ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత నేను జస్ట్ మౌస్తో రైట్ క్లిక్ చేశాను. రైట్ క్లిక్ చేసిన వెంటనే నాకు ఓపెన్ గిట్ బ్యాష్ హియర్ అని చెప్పి ఇక్కడ ఆప్షన్ కనిపిస్తుంది. సో జస్ట్ దాన్ని క్లిక్ చేశాను, డైరెక్ట్గా నాకు ఆ పర్టికులర్ లొకేషన్కి గిట్ బ్యాష్ టెర్మినల్ అనేది ఓపెన్ అయిపోతుంది. సో దాని తర్వాత నేను ఈ 2 కమాండ్స్ని రన్ చేశాను. ఫస్ట్ కమాండ్ యూజర్ నేమ్ కోసం, సెకండ్ కమాండ్ మెయిల్ ఐడిని కాన్ఫిగర్ చేయడం కోసం. ఎక్కడైనా డౌట్ ఉందా సార్ దీని మీద? ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏవైతే కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసామో ఆ యూజర్ నేమ్స్ అండ్ మెయిల్ ఐడీస్ని మీరు చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే గిట్ స్పేస్ కాన్ఫిగ్ స్పేస్ --- గ్లోబల్ స్పేస్ --- లిస్ట్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద కమాండ్ విచ్ యూ నీడ్ టు పాస్. వచ్చేయలేదా? రైట్ సార్, మూవ్ ఫార్వర్డ్. సార్, very important to understand the types of files in Git. Sir, as per Git architecture, there are 3 types of files. The first one is working directory. I am taking here as working directory. Next, staging area. Next, local repository. In the working directory, what we have in this working directory means we have some new files or else modified files. These are also called as untracked files. These are also called as untracked files. These are also called as untracked files in the working day. Now go here. Here this one. What is untracked files? The definition of untracked files: files that are newly created or modified but not yet added to Git. Example: when you create a new file, it starts as untracked file. Command to track: use git add file to move into staging area. Okay sir, right. So already I have created one folder. The folder name is what sir here? Project. It is project. Sir, inside this folder I want to create few files. Now sir, in this git bash terminal the Linux commands will also work. So how to create a empty file, sir? Can anyone tell me the command? Empty files I want to create. Sir, in Linux there is a command to create empty files. What is the command to create empty files, sir? Can anyone tell me? Very good, sir. What it is? Touch. We can use touch command to create empty files. Sir, now I am creating some files. F1, the file name is f1.py, f2.py, f3.py. How many files I have created? Now press enter. How many files? 3 files, sir, I have created. Now if I type ls, can I see those 3 files or not? Sir, now I am going to type a command called git status. When I type the command called git status, it will show me the status of these files. These files are newly created or modified? Newly created. Then what it will show me? This will be shown as untracked files. Now see sir here. Okay, we did not initiate the first command after. Sorry. Sir, first of all, after the mail ID and after the username, the first command you need to give is git init. The first command we need to initialize, sir. Sorry for that. The first command we need to initialize. So the command is git init, stands for git initialization. When I give this command, the normal folder, the project folder, the normal folder will be converted into developer working directory. After that, you need to give Git Init. What is the importance of Git Init? It converts normal folder to working directory. Working directory. That is the importance of Git Init. So just I am entering the command. Now, two things you will observe, sir. Any observations, sir, right now? Except Prasad, remaining people. Very good, sir. We got something called master here. And again, one more observation I require. I am going to the actual location. Here, any observation? What it is? No. These are not backup files. These are the files I have created right now by using the terminal itself. Now, one more observation I require. Sir, this .git, this is the hidden folder, sir. This hidden folder is not available previously. Now it is created. That's what I want. These two things you need to observe. Then okay, right. So now we have converted the normal folder into developers working directory. Okay, right. So files that are newly created or modified. Now see, sir. Now what I am going to do? Now I am typing. How many files are there? Git status. How to check? Git status. Now I want to see the status of each file. Now I am typing the command git status. Now press enter, sir. Can you see the message I am getting as untracked file? Whenever you do some modification or else whenever you are going to create one new file, it's common to see this statement. Nothing but untracked files. Right, sir. Next, sir. Now see the architecture of Git. How many files I have created, sir, here? f1.py I have created. f2.py I have created. f3.py I have created. Sir, now developer created 3 files. Now he cannot move directly all the files to local repository. When the developer will move all the files to the local repository means when developer think there is a meaningful progress in his code. Then only the developer will move all his files from where to where, sir? From the untracked section to local repository. But observe here, in order to move all the files from the untracked section to local repo, in between there is something called staging area. In between something called staging area. Now, as per Git architecture, you need to remember one thing. You cannot move your files directly to the local repository. First, you need to move all your files to the staging area, and then only from here to here you can move. It's like one step hop and jump. Okay. So first of all, you need to move your entire files from here to here. Then only from again here to here. Okay, sir. Now already all the files are there in the working directory, right? So working directory. Now I want to move all the files from the working directory to staging area. So to move all the files to the what is staged files, sir? Definition of staged files: the files that are ready to committed to the repository. When the developer will do commit operation, when he feels that there is a meaningful progress in his code. When there is a meaningful progress in the code, then only he will do commit. Commit is nothing but sending the files to the local repository here. Commit is nothing but moving his files to the local repository. Okay. After adding changes with git add, files are staged. Okay. So now observe, sir, here. Next, okay, this staging files you have understand now. Did you understand? I think you understand staging area, and untracked files also you understand. Just to read some definition about the committed files also, then we do operations on this. Next, what is the definition of committed files? Files that have been saved to the local repository. Git stores the versions and these files from the history, from files for history. For history, it means tracking. Example, after using git commit, the changes are stored in your local system. All the versions are available in your local system itself. Okay. Okay, right. Now see here, already we have done with this .git folder, and one hidden folder got created, right? That thing we have observed. After that, making the folder into a working directory. How to make the ఎలా చేసాం మనం వర్కింగ్ డైరెక్టరీ కింద ఎలా కన్వర్ట్ చేసాం? వాట్ ఈస్ ద కమాండ్ దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ పాస్డ్? కెన్ ఎనీవన్ టెల్ మీ? How did I convert my normal folder into working directory? What command I have used? Git init, sir. Git init. The command is git init. Next, track changes. Track changes. Files in the folder are now part of the working directory, and you can stage, commit, and manage their versions. So now see here, how to move files to the staging area. These many operations you can do, sir. If you want to move a single file, just you need to pass the command. Sir, now I want to move only this file 1. So what I will do, git add space followed by f1.py. Now the file was moved to staging area. How to confirm, sir? Again type git status. Now see, one file you can see that in green color, and remaining files you can see in red. Sir, I want to move at a time these two files. How to move that two files at a time? I will say f2.py space f3.py. Now two files are moved to staging area. How to check it? Git status. Now enter. How many files are moved to staging area now? 3 files. Sir, again I am creating few files. Okay. So how to create a file, sir? What is the command to create a files? Empty files. Touch f4.py, f5.py, f6.py, f7.py, f8.py. Sir, again I have created. Sorry, sir. And now again I have created these files, sir. Again these files. Now tell me, sir, one thing. All these files are there in staging area or in the working directory? These newly created files. All these files available in the working directory. So how to check, sir? Again I am saying git status. Whatever the files I have created newly, all those files will be in the working directory. Now if you press enter, can you see untracked files again? Because we have created these files newly. Okay, sir. Now I want to send all files at a time to the staging area. You need to pass the command called git add space. Just if you enter this command, and if you enter this command, whatever the files are there, those all files will move to. Now press enter. Now see, sir, the single line of command, with the help of this command, all the files were transferred from working directory to. How to check, sir? How to confirm? Again git status. Git status. See, sir. Can you see all the files or not? Sir, any doubts, sir, up to here? Sir, I am giving you the homework also. You create some HTML files, you create some Java files, but among all those files, only you need to move these HTML files to the staging area. The syntax also given here. Try it yourself, sir. If not, I will tell you. Okay. So next, let's discuss. Let's go to the next, sir. How to know the status of file, sir? Git status. To know the status of any file type, you need to type the command git status. It shows what? Untracked files. The files that Git is not at tracking appears as untracked. The next modified files also. If I do any modification also, that file will be also shown as a untracked file only. So now see here. Now observe. Now I am going to modify this f1.py. How to modify, sir? Cat command is there to do modification. Sir, I am modifying f1.py. Now see, sir, here I am writing some line 1, line 2. Now again I will how to save and exit. You need to press Ctrl D. One second. Okay. Now see, sir. Again, git status. If I type git status, now see here what happening. See, I have modified one file. Again, it is showing me as untracked file. This modified file is also untracked file. Comes under the untracked file. All the remaining files are in green color. It means they all moved to staging area. Okay, sir. Clear about this? Right. So next staging area also you understand. And for example, from the staging area again you want to move back to untracked section. It means working directory. You need to pass the command git restore -- staged followed by file name. So if I pass this command, for example, I want to bring f8.py. I think f8.py is available. Now I want to bring this f8.py back to working directory. Okay. Giving the could not resolve ahead. Okay, sir. Not commit, na? Sorry. No worries. Okay. Leave about this, sir. We'll discuss about this thing later. Okay. So next command to use. Simply just you need to mention git status. Okay. You can check the file status actually. If you pass the command called git status, the file status will be. Next, sir, now we have learned how to move our files from working directory to staging area. Working directory to staging area. Now, how to move our files from staging area to local repository. It means when there is a meaningful progress in the code, then only the developer will commit all his files from the staging area to local repository. Okay. Now only in the working directory, file 2 is not available, file 3 is not available. We have added some additional files here. Those files also we have sent to staging area. Those file names are f4.py, f5.py, f6.py, f7.py, right? And here f8.py is available. In untracked section, only f1 and f8 is available, and here up from f2 to f7 is available. Now these all files I want to send. These all files I want to send to local repository. So how to send to local repository? Now see here. To move a file to local repository, you must follow these steps. What are the steps? Stage the file. Use the command. When the file is in staging area, you need to pass command called git add followed by file name. From the okay, what this command will do? From working directory to staged area, this command is for. Now when you want to push next again you want to send the file from this staging area to local repository, then you need to pass this command. What is the command? Git commit -m, and the message can be anything. Now I am going to send. Now see, sir, here Now I am going to do the first commit. This is my first commit. I am writing the message as first commit. Now press enter. Now all my files were moved from where to where? From staging area to local repo. Now if I type the command git status, what happens? I think git F8 also we have moved. F8 also we have moved or what? F8 move చేస్తామండి. Okay, only one file is available in untracked section, that is f1.py. Remaining all files are there in staging area. That's the reason it was moved to committed area. Clear, sir, about this one? All of you? Any doubts up to here? So how to move your files from working directory to staging area, from staging area to local repository? Is everything clear up to here? Any doubts, sir? Please ask. So how to verify again means you need to pass the command called git log. Git log, it will show the commit history of each and every file. How many commits that we have done? Only one commit up to now. It means I have named it as first commit. That commit ID will be unique. Each commit ID will be unique. Remember this. Now if I want to, alright, are you understanding all of you up to here? I can pass this one also, this command also. I don't want these much of details. Only a few details I require means git log -, one line also I can use it. Not online, sir, it is one line. Now press enter. Just the latest commit, whatever you have made, that commit ID will be shown. And the latest commit will be always head, point head to. So clear up to here? So can I bring my file back to the local repository to staging area? Yes, you can bring the file back to from local repository to staging here. What are the steps you need to follow? If the file is modified, to get stage, you need to, okay, see. If I do any modifications in any file, sir, now already in the untracked, in the working directory, there is one untracked file. That is which file, sir? F1 dot. Sir, now I want to move this file to the directly to the local repository. Can I move directly, sir? Git commit -m followed by, I am saying it as second commit. So you will get error. Can't move. Then what you need to do? First you need to move the file to the staging area. Now file was moved to staging area. Now git status. Type the command git status. Press enter. Now it was changed to green. It is in staging area. Right? Again, if I move back to a second, able to, oh, again git status. Sir, already we have passed this command. Previously, this command did not work. Now it is. Did you understand this command, sir? What is the purpose of this command? From staging area, if you want to move any file to the working directory, we need to pass. Previously, I have entered this command, but it did not work. Now it is. Anyways, no problem. Again, what I need to do? Git space add space dot, all the files will be moved to staging area. Now I can commit. I can do commit -m. This time I am naming the commit as second commit. Naming it as second commit. How to see all the list of commits, sir? Git log -, one line. In short form, we can see the latest commit will be always head pointing to master. This master is nothing but one branch. This master is nothing but a, there is a, in Git we have a concept called branching, sir. When I'm going to explain you about the branching concept in detail, we will learn there. Okay, just this master for your understanding purpose right now, I am telling you this information. Just take to your mind. Just it is nothing but the master. Clear, sir, about this? All of you?
Yes.
Right.
So the practice is the more bold.
Exactly, sir. If the file is not modified, to move the exact committed version back to staging area without editing, you need to pass this command star git restore staged. For example, let me pass this command. Don't know whether these commands will work or not, and previously also did not work. Okay, I want to bring this f2.py back to staged area. Okay, I think it worked. Git status. So not showing it's the restore if never staged. Status it is not showing. But we'll see git staging area means it will not show. Let me already, but the was moved to staging because we did not get any error means it was moved to staging area. Else git restored. Okay. To move all the committed files to staging area, git reset. Anyways, this rollback feature. Reset the last commit and bring back files to staging area. We need to do reset, hard reset. We need to. This thing we will learn. Okay, leave about this part. There are some. Again, we need to. There is concept reset. Again, we will use anyways. There I will discuss about. I'm removing that part. Okay. Right. So up to here, the key points. What is the keynote, sir? If you modify a file, you need to stage it with git add dot. Commands like git restore or git resets helps bring files directly back to the staging area without editing. Okay. This git restore and git reset we will discuss, sir, in the upcoming sessions. And there is separate topic. There again we will discuss about these two commands in detail. Okay, that's the reason I have deleted that. Okay, so that's it, sir, for this class. I hope you all understand about the day 3 concept. Any doubts, sir, up to now? All of you. Sir, what we have discussed, a quick recap, sir. We have understand about the version controlling. What are the advantages of version controlling? What is Git? Git is a distributed version controlling. Okay, and key points. What are the key points, sir? You need to say in the interview. Git is a DVCS, and features. These features you need to mention why it is popular. And remember one more thing, sir. You all know who developed Linux operating system, sir? Linux operating system. It was developed by a person called Linus Torvalds, sir. Linus Torvalds. The same person developed this Git also. This Git also developed by this person only, Linus Torvalds. Because of that only, the Linux commands, some of the pure Linux commands we can run in this Git bash terminal also. Okay. We have discussed about the types of version controlling systems. How many types are there, sir? Please respond, all of you.
3 types.
What are the 3 types, sir? All of you respond. And distributed version controlling system. Yes, exactly. And both the other version controllings are deprecated. Okay. Right now we are currently using distributed. Next, what is Git bash? I told you Git bash is a terminal. So what are the steps to configure and installation process we have done? And we the folder creation, the username configurations, mail configuration, verification process we have done with, and types of files we have seen. How many types are there? 3 types of files are there. One is working directory, staged area, committed files. And after that, git init observations. After giving the command git init, the 2 observations you will see. You will see one hidden folder will get created, and one more thing, one branch will be created by default. That branch name is master. These 2 are the observations. Next, second point, makes the folder a working directory, right? Next, track changes. Stage, commit, manage their versions. How to move to files to staging area. These are all the commands. Next, how to know the status of files. Git status. Untracked files, modified files, staged files. Staged file. How to move a file to local repo. We discussed that also. So when the developer will move to local repo, when there is a meaningful progress in his code, then only he will move to the local repo. Local repo is nothing but committing a file. That is nothing but the local repo. Sending the file to local repo. Can we bring back the file to local repo to staging query? Yes, you can bring it. Right. You can bring it. Next, if the file is modified, if the file is not modified, these are the commands. Key points. What are the keynotes you need to identify here? If you modify the file, you need to stage it with git add. Commands like git restore and git reset. Let me remove this statement also, sir. Anyways, next class we will discuss. Upcoming classes we will discuss about that in detail. Means now no need, not necessary here. Okay. So this one we already performed, na? That's the reason I have added this line. Okay. So this is all about the day 3, sir. Any doubts here? Else I will end the session here. Sir, any doubts?
Okay, sir. Clear.
ఓకే ప్రసాద్ ఒకసారి వీడియో పెడతాను, వీడియో పెడతాను, అది మన ఛానల్లో ఉంటుంది ఒకసారి. ఓకే,
గ్రూప్లో కూడా పెట్టేస్తారు కదా,
గ్రూప్లో కూడా సెండ్ చేస్తాను.